Hey, Luke chapter 21 starts with a great story, and it goes a little something like this. And then Jesus, turned his attention from the religious scholars to some wealthy people who were depositing their donations in the offering boxes. A widow, obviously poor, came up and dropped 2 copper coins in one of the boxes. Jesus said to them, I'm telling you the truth. This poor widow has made a bigger contribution than all of these rich fellows. They're just giving from their surplus, but she is giving from her poverty. She's giving all that she has to give. Now, I got to confess, this story used to gross me out when I was growing up because my Sunday school teacher would get up and she was like, we're going to talk about the story of the widow's mite. And that's what she would call it, the widow's mite. And I was like, mites are like little itchy bugs. They're like scary little like scaby bugs. And they just make you itch and they make you scratch, and it used to really gross me out. You ever notice when people start talking about itchy bugs or spiders, you instantly start feeling itchy and you instantly start feeling like, it's freaking me out? Yeah, sorry about that. But that's what I used to think. And she would be like, the widow gave her mite to Jesus. And I'm like, of course she did. Who would want a mite? Who wants an itchy bug? Who wants a scabie? But a mite is a form of currency back then. It was a coin, and she get the smallest, least valuable amount. All right, it's a very small coin, and she gave 2 of these coins to the offering. And Jesus looks, and Jesus points her out, and we learn a huge, big mondo lesson here. With Jesus, it's not about the amount, it's about the quantity. Okay? With Jesus, it's not about the amount, it's about the quantity. And you're like, what? You're saying the same thing, dude. You're freaking out. But check this out. Let me bear myself out here. With Jesus, it's not about the amount of resources. It's about the quantity of your heart that is involved in the giving of your resources. It's not about what you give. It's about what you give. It's not about what you give. It's about what you sacrifice. With Jesus, there's not meant to be any surplus. When it comes to loving Jesus, we're not meant to have any reserves. We're not meant to hold anything back. Don't hold anything back when it comes for your love and your passion for Him. And that applies to everything we do for Him. It's not about size. It's about sacrifice. When it comes to living and loving Jesus, it's not about size. It's about sacrifice. There are some people who have got these big successful churches or businesses or whatever and ventures, or they're popular, they're successful, but a lot of times they're just kind of cruising by on their giftings. They're cruising by on what they can do the least amount of. Okay? And there are other people who are pouring all that they have into something small. They're pouring all that they have, all that they can do. They're giving all they have to give. And that is what gets Jesus' attention. Just loving Him with all your guts. It's not about size. It's about sacrifice. That's what impresses Him. It's not about amount, it's about quantity. It's not about the amount of what we're doing, it's about the quantity of our heart and our life that is invested in that. Are we loving Him with all we have? Even if we're doing something really small, if we're putting everything we are into that, we are a huge success in the eyes of the Master. It's not about size, it's about sacrifice. God bless you guys. Giddy up.